Hello everybody and welcome to Buffalo Bridal Association's Wedding Planning Weekly, brought to you by the Avanti Mansion and Key Video Productions. I'm Ben Fantaschi.
And I'm Beth Clark. Well, it's February 9th, and you know what that means. Valentine's Day is fast approaching. And I'm sure there are guys out there that are planning the most over-the-top, creative proposal that will be their one-of-a-kind story to tell for years to come. How did you pop the big question to Courtney, Ben?
Well, I'm sure Courtney can tell the story way better than I, but I'll give you the abridged version, okay? A few days before I actually asked her, I gave her a ring pop every single day. It was kind of like I was practicing, and then I had these grandiose ideas like I'm gonna do it here and there, but then it just all came down to asking her in our kitchen. And I'm sure she could tell you it was sweet and over the top, but that's just kind of like the guy's version. How did Jason ask you?
Well, we actually went to New York City. Jason's in a band, and I went to take the video and the photography for them. So after the gig was over, we went to a pizza parlor. It was like 3 a.m. And he's like, oh, let's just walk over to Times Square and take a peek while they're waiting for the pie. So we get there, and we're in the center of Times Square, and it's still a hustle and bustle because it's New York City. And he gets down on one knee, and he proposes just in the middle of all the great big buildings. It was beautiful.
There you have it. Every couple has their unique and special story to tell, and it's one that hopefully, guys, you'll never forget.
If you know what's good for you.
By the way, if you'd like to share your story with us on Wedding Planning Weekly, we want to hear from you. The address is on your screen. And who knows, perhaps we can profile your love story on an upcoming episode.
That's a great segue into our first segment. Let's kick things off with a look at Brandon and Jennifer's love story, produced by the team at Key Video Productions.
Brandon and I first met when we were in Brockport. It was my second year back at school, my first night there, and some of my sorority sisters had called and said they were having some people over, so I went over. And as soon as I walked in, I saw this guy with this big curly hair and wearing Abercrombie clothes, very preppy and completely my type.
I don't know, I thought she was cute, and so basically, you know, we played cards, we had a couple drinks and stuff like that, and you know, I think we hit it off pretty well. We
really had so much in common, and I really was, you know, interested in him.
Right off the bat, we were pretty serious when we you know, started dating.
He was the one. Like, I knew that he was the one, and we broke up 1 year later during the next school year, and I was devastated.
You know, now I think back on it, and you know, probably wasn't the right move, but you know, everything worked out, I guess. I moved back to Michigan, you know, finished up college there. There was probably a period of like 2-3 years that we didn't remain in contact at all.
And just about 3 years later, Brandon called me out of the blue.
It was late, I don't know, it had been like 2 in the morning, and from then on, you know, we stayed in touch.
Years went by, and we were, you know, friends, and we talked on the phone all the time, but it was a distance issue at that point because I was in Buffalo and he was in Michigan. Towards the end of, I don't know, it had been like 2 years ago, we started getting more serious again. She had called me and she said that she got tickets to a Sabres and Montreal Canadiens hockey game, and I came to visit her, and when I came to visit her, you know, I don't know, I just wanted to be back with her. I felt like she was definitely the, you know, the person for me. And he looked at me and he just like started to cry. And he said, I don't want to leave. He said, I don't want to leave. I ended up making the move to Buffalo. I went to buy the ring for her. I don't know, I probably had it for like 6 or 7 hours. And I just was going to give it to her, but I wanted to go out to dinner. He said, you know, are you hungry? And I said, no. I said, actually, I'm not hungry at all. I said, but I've been dying for an ice cream cone. And so we went to Anderson's, and he pulls this box out. It's the box with the engagement ring and the wedding band in it. And so, like, all right there at once. I was just so excited, I just gave it to her there. And he just pulled it out and he put it on the table in front of me and he just said, will you marry me? And that's Brandon. That's, you know, it's nothing romantic. It's not getting down on a knee. It's not anything planned out or thought out. It was just so Brandon. And I touched his hand and I said, "Are you serious?" And his whole hand was shaking, where like you could see the ice cream dripping down his hand, and he's just shaking. It's just dripping down from the cone and on his hand, and he was so nervous.
One of the reasons why I gave it to her so quick is because she would find it. You know what I mean? Like she would find I could hide it in the best hiding spot in the house, and she would definitely find it.
And I'd always said I wanted to be surprised. I always said I didn't want it to be, you know, around a holiday or around a romantic moment where I'd be expecting it. I just wanted it to be out of the blue. And that's exactly what it was.
How she interacts with people is unbelievable. She's a great communicator. She's very lively. She's funny. She's very thoughtful. And, you know, she's very family orientated and, you know, a great person.
One of the things that attracts me to Brandon is he's pretty quiet. You know, he's a difficult person to get to open up. And what I love about our dynamic is that I think I'm more on the outgoing side. And so it makes me happy to see him laugh, you know, to know that I make him laugh. And then that I can open up that personality in him that not a lot of people can see.
I could not find anyone better than Jen. You know, I love her. She's great.
From that very first conversation we had, I knew that this was different than anything that, you know, or anyone that I'd ever met before.
Key Video wedding stories captured for lifetime on DVD. For the finest in wedding day videography, call Key Video at 884-KEY-1.
Only video and DVD gives everyone a chance to relive your wedding as it actually happened, to see you walk down the aisle, to hear your voices as you exchange vows and rings, to experience the toasts, the music, your first dance at the reception, and the chance to capture the complete story of your wedding is all available to you when you connect with the team at Key Video.
You know, here on Wedding Planning Weekly, we want you to start thinking differently about your wedding day plans. For instance, why limit yourself to the traditional old and new and borrowed and blue? Why not something spectacular? Take a look.
Founded in 1999, the Avanti Mansion, situated on a 27-acre estate, offers 3 distinctive venue sites and has been host to hundreds of weddings. Our philosophy is simple: help our clients create the event of their dreams without the normal stress associated with wedding planning.
The Avanti Mansion is not a banquet hall. We are a wedding venue, which means from the very first phone call to the day of your wedding, you're working with an experienced bridal consultant to create the wedding of your dreams. One of the greatest joys of my job is being embraced by the bridal couples and their families, which I guess comes from the passion that I have to ensure that all of their details are taken care of.
Known as one of the most beautiful banquet facilities in Western New York, the unique blend of Southern charm and modern function, along with brilliant food presentations, makes the Avanti Mansion the #1 choice for brides and grooms who want only the best for their guests.
Here at the Avanti Mansion, we prepare 5-star quality food for our wedding venue. Scratch-based cooking, straight from the kitchen, flowing right to the dining room table. One of the many things that make us unique at the Avanti Mansion is our live grill dinner service, available in the garden venue, where we bring the kitchen out to you. And then to our entrees, our traditional filet mignon with demi-glaze and our client favorite macadamia nut crusted chicken. And if that's not enough, wait until you try our desserts. The Avanti Mansion is a culinary experience your guests will never forget.
Outside, the mansion guests enjoy an evening under the stars, dancing beneath our tented reception venue. The stately Amore Ballroom seats 250 and offers its own private ceremony area and covered patio. The beautiful Amore Library is designed for quaint and romantic functions and can also be combined with the grand Amore Ballroom. Always at your service are our experienced staff and certified wedding planners, ready to bring together all the details of your event, thus providing a smooth, worry-free experience. The Avanti Mansion takes pride in ensuring that your event is more than you dreamed it could be, from start to finish.
Today's brides and grooms are looking for a unique experience. They want a wedding that reflects both their relationship and their individual personalities. But at the same time, they're refusing to settle for anything they've seen at other weddings. Our couples want an event that goes beyond great food and decor. They're expecting quality and value. And that's what the entire team here at the Avanti Mansion works tirelessly to deliver to each client.
All it takes is one turn onto the inviting tree-lined driveway for time to slow and the enchantment to begin. The Avanti Mansion, setting the standard for luxurious weddings in Western New York.
This quiet and historic estate, tucked into surrounding woodlands, makes the Avanti Mansion the perfect choice to celebrate your ceremony and wedding reception. They're also a valued member of the Buffalo Bridal Association, which should give you peace of mind knowing that you're dealing with a reputable facility when you opt to have your celebration there.
Don't go away, because coming up in just a few minutes, you and I are going to have a heart-to-heart talk about internet shopping, in particular when it comes to purchasing your wedding gown. Stay with us.
With over 85 colors to coordinate with any gown, bridesmaids' gowns have met their match at Tuxedo Junction. Request free color swatches at tuxedojunction.com.
Tuxedo Junction, we fit your dream.
With Frontier Catering, it's easy to show your good taste. Chef Art Christie uses time-tested techniques and authentic family recipes to create a custom menu that showcases your personal style and your venue. And with Frontier Catering, your food is prepared fresh, on-site. For corporate events, unforgettable weddings, and other signature celebrations, it has to be Frontier Catering.
Concerned about the perfect vest and tie color to match your bridesmaids' gowns? No problem. Order free fabric swatches at tuxedojunction.com.
Tuxedo Junction, we fit your dream.
This portion of the program is sponsored in part by Key Video Productions, television, video, DVD.
Welcome back. Ask most brides and they'll tell you the search for that perfect dress is very high on her priority list. With that said, here's some advice. Consider carefully where you shop for that dress and the dresses for your bridesmaids. And if you're thinking about purchasing online, be cautious. It can be a risky decision. Think about it. You can't try the dress on. You can't feel the fabric. You can't see how it moves. Despite this, more and more brides are finding the idea appealing and are turning to the internet in increasing numbers to buy their wedding dresses. But be careful. Internet gown shopping may not always be what it's cracked up to be.
We're at the Bridal Chateau today to talk about knockoff dresses. Now, the internet is a wonderful tool to use for planning your wedding. It's great to look at dresses and see what type of style you're like. But when you get into the websites, you start to see that some of the prices are a little bit lower than what you see in the salon. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes if a deal seems too good to be true, it's because it probably is. We're going to take a look at an example of an internet purchase dress that we bought from a knockoff site. Now first we have Holly's gown, which is our Maggie Sotero designer dress. It's a beautiful A-line silhouette. You've got these beautiful little grosgrain petals, very delicate, some pewter embroidery, a thin mocha sash accenting the waist, and you've got these beautiful lace appliques flowing down the train on top of a point d'esprit fabric and accented with Swarovski crystals. But now we're going to show you Katie in the knockoff dress. Now it came in the wrong color. This is white with a slightly purplish tinted sash instead of the nice color that we saw Holly in the ivory. The flowers are made a little bit cheaper. It's not a point d'esprit fabric. You're using sequins instead of Swarovskis. The fit of it isn't very good. It's not A-line like the other dress. It's bulging out in areas. The train's not as nice. As you can see, the dresses aren't the same, which is really difficult to tell when you're looking at the website because they're using the designer stock photo and descriptions. So a couple things to keep in mind so that you don't fall prey to one of these sites. Tip number 1, if the size charts look different, it might be a knockoff site. Tip number 2, if the dress is offered in colors other than the designers, it's probably going to be a knockoff. Tip number 3, they may quote you a different time frame than a salon, but with knockoff dresses, a lot of times they come late, if even at all. So what you need to do, brides, is go to a local bridal salon, have a face and a storefront to take care of you. You get to see, feel the dresses, see the quality, try them on, get the fit, and you'll have a much better experience with a lot less headaches, and you'll actually even save some money.
At Bridal Chateau, we scan through thousands of dresses and travel thousands of miles to choose our selection for our store. Our goal is to offer Western New York's brides the highest quality dresses and accessories and offer them at affordable prices. Stop on in to our salon to personally see our collections. Look at the beading, feel the fabrics, try on the fit. You will see and feel the Bridal Chateau difference.
I think the biggest misconception that brides have about wedding planners is that they feel they can't afford one. You know, they watch the TV programs and so many of them are upscale weddings that are very expensive. So girls have that, they identify with that thinking then that they need to have a high budget in order to have a planner. And that's not the truth. The truth is wedding planners can assist you all through the planning stages. They can come in at the beginning or they can come in at the end. They can help you, assist you at the beginning with your budget, helping to answer all of your financial questions, helping to prioritize those finances so they're spent in all the right places. Planners also have the ability to match you up accurately with vendors that are within your price point and that also have the same artistic flair that match up with your personality as a couple. Another option is to have your planner come in and just assist you with all the final details after you've done all of the hard work of planning your wedding. We can come in 4 to 6 weeks prior. We sit down and go over an 11-page checklist to go over all those nitpicky little details to make sure that nothing has been overlooked, to make sure that the timeline is going to flow smoothly throughout the day and that everything's going to work out just perfectly. The thing that distinguishes my company from any other company in the area is that we specialize in weddings. That's all we do. We don't do events. I absolutely love all of my brides. I love weddings. I love to just be able to do everything in my power to make sure that every bride has exactly what she wants and everything that she's dreamed of on her wedding day.
My goal as a wedding planner is to give you the opportunity to be a guest at your wedding. In other words, to really enjoy your day. So call me or visit me at heavenlyweddings.com.
Thanks, Tammy. Great advice, worth heeding. Remember, you can check out all of our members online anytime. You can even read the code of ethics that each member signs. Then you'll be comfortable knowing that when you hire a Buffalo Bridal Association member, you've connected with an honest, reputable company.
Coming up later in our BBA Q&A segment, we'll learn some valuable tips and questions you should be asking your photographer before signing on the dotted line. That, along with some of the latest fashions in men's formal wear, is just ahead. Stay with us.
Elio DiPaolo's Restaurant, Ringside Lounge, and Banquet Facility. Elio DiPaolo's. We cater to your dreams.
You know you need a professional video for your company or website, but you're wondering, where do I begin? Well, check out keyvideo.com, Buffalo's premier television and video production house. We work with big businesses and other companies that think big. Corporate image, sales, training, you name it. Scripting, shooting, editing, we call it concept to completion, and we're ready to work for you. For your business, for all of life's events. Call, click, or visit Key Video today.
Did you know that it was once expected that if a bride chose to carry roses on her wedding day, then the groom, bridesmaids, groomsmen, and the parents must follow suit? In fact, if flowers were to be present at the ceremony and the reception sites, they too must be roses. This isn't true anymore. Having a variety of flowers not only enhances the textures of individual blossoms, but it also gives a richer, more sophisticated look to your wedding.
When choosing a florist for your wedding, it's all about quality, style, and service. Teresa Maroney from Floral Accents is the expert, and she's ready to guide you every step of the way.
Tuxedo Junction, we make fitting your out-of-town groomsmen easy. Send in your measurements, keep track of your guys with My Wedding Planner, have a tuxedo ready and waiting in the city where your ceremony is taking place. All online at tuxedojunction.com. Let the guys travel, not the tuxedos. With hundreds of colors to choose from, we coordinate with all major dress designers. Order your free color swatch today at tuxedojunction.com. You've found your perfect color. Now, find your perfect match. When you want your wedding party to look their best, Tuxedo Junction is the place to go. With the newest styles and the latest trends, we carry exclusive designers you won't find anywhere else, including Calvin Michaels New York, Perry Ellis, and Oleg Cassini. Visit us at tuxedojunction.com.
Closed captioning provided by
Elio DePaulo's. We cater to your dreams.
There are a variety of styles: documentary, portraiture, fine art, edgy, bold. But no matter which style you prefer, there are certain questions you should be asking your wedding day photographer long before signing on the dotted line. And who better to advise us on the questions you should be asking than Dana Marie Photography owner Dana Goodmote and her colleague Tracy Nowicki. Welcome, ladies, to Wedding Planning Weekly.
Thank you for having us.
I'm so glad you're here today because we've got some tips, ideas, and advice that we want to share with our brides. Now, you're both winners of multiple photography awards. Dana, you're a monthly contributor of the Buffalo Bridal Association's blog, and both of you have developed a unique style of shooting you describe this way: enjoy the moment and capture life as it unfolds. What do you mean by that?
There are many emotional moments within a wedding. It's one of your most intimate days of your life, and we want to capture all of those little pieces. Not only the posed family shots that mom may want, or the style editorial shots that the bride and groom will want, but also those off-camera shots of that emotional connection. Maybe the groom whispering into the bride's ear, a tear at the vows, just those little moments that really make
And
the
that
day.
really is life unfolding on the most important day of a bride's life, isn't it?
It is, I agree.
Okay, let's dig into it. Tip number one. When it comes to interviewing potential photographers, you say,
do not wait to book your wedding photographer. If you have a wedding photographer in mind that you love, that you've seen their work, you may have met them in person, make an appointment with them as soon as you have your date. Get to know them. You want to make sure you're comfortable with them, and vice versa. You want that nice connection between the two of you.
man, love is what it's really all about. But it's not only important to love your photographer's work, but you really should be gelling with your photographer as a whole. And I would guess not only their personality, but their character.
Yes, absolutely. We recommend the bride and groom to come into our studio for a one-on-one consultation. That is where they can view some of our images, some of our work. We get to know them, their personalities, and then again, they get to know us as well.
So I guess what you're saying is every bride needs to answer the question, do I feel a connection? Am I comfortable with this person's work and communication style? Does the photographer listen well, and have they addressed all of my concerns?
Yes, I agree. That is important. One thing that we do in the studio is a wedding agenda where we do meet those questions. So that is a nice thing to have. You want to make sure that you are being heard, and in turn, the photographer is guiding you on what your wedding day photographic aspect would be.
Now, I would think that scheduling an engagement session would give a sneak peek of the photographer's style and temperament, and at the same time start to build some of that chemistry. Walk us through a typical engagement session.
A typical engagement session is 1 to 2 hours long. We have the bride and groom meet us on location of their choice. We have them bring 2 outfits, a casual outfit and a more formal outfit. We recommend doing that. That way you have 2 different looks in your session. Many couples will use their session as a signature board, a signature book at the wedding, which is where the guest would sign, photos throughout the wedding day for your pamphlet at the ceremony, to maybe your place cards. There's a lot of cute things you can do with your engagement sessions. I highly recommend having an engagement session, especially with a photographer that's photographing your wedding.
Yeah, and that's important, isn't it, to have the same photographer that's shooting the photo session or the engagement session actually shooting the wedding. Tip number 4.
2 is better than 1.
You know, what are the advantages of having 2 photographers at a wedding?
It's 2 different perspectives, 2 different styles. Such as myself, I do more of the photojournalistic, catching the emotions, while Dana's actually putting together the more posed images and positions.
Yeah, and so you're more into the details.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, it's been documented in print that when newlywed brides were asked after their wedding what service they wish they spent more money on, 21% of them said their professional wedding photography service. So you say,
splurge. Your wedding photography will be what you can look back at for the rest of your life and your children's life, your grandchildren's life. It's really a generational keepsake. It's something that's priceless, that will always be in your family.
Handed down from generation to generation. I think one of the most important aspects of your wedding day, professional photography. Thank you so much, ladies, for being with us in Wedding Planning Weekly.
Please visit our site at www.danamariePhoto.com or our Facebook page as well.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. You have hundreds of choices to make as you plan your wedding day, and I hope we help narrow your focus by introducing you to members of the BBA. I really want to encourage you to log on to BuffaloBridalAssociation.com. In fact, go to your computer right now and check out everything this great organization has to offer.
Don't forget to check out the blog, which is full of innovative ideas that will help make your wedding day and honeymoon spectacular. For everyone here at Buffalo Bridal Association, our television team at Key Video, and the terrific sponsors, I'm Beth Clark.
And I'm Ben Fantasky. We'll see you next Sunday at 7 p.m. right here on CW23. Good night, everybody.